got these air plants from an unboxing that I did last week, but now I have to display them. So I came up with a few different craft ideas on how to display and mount your air plants around your house. And I'm not gonna front, they are budget friendly. So if you wanna go check that out, and I will show you how to do these, stay tuned. Welcome back, and if you're new here, I am the ADHD gardener, where I use gardening, houseplants, and lots of humor as a form of therapy. And I have my air plants. I did an unboxing of these air plants from airplanthub.com. I will drop a link in the description, and I will link a video that I did last week about them. So now that I have these beauties here, I have to display them around my house. So I came up with a few ideas, and they're budget friendly, by the way. Number one is something so simple as hanging them on a string. But it all depends on what kind of string you use. Now I have two different kinds here right now. This one is a cloth string. Now note this one has wire around it. Now what you can do for that, if yours does not have wire around it, you can buy some floral wire at your local craft store. I got this at the Dollar Tree for $1. This wire is a lot thinner than, if you were to go to a craft store and get a little thicker wire. Being that this wire was so thin, I doubled it, as you can see, just so I can have more stability when I was wrapping the wire around the air plant. Now that you have your wire on your plants, pick your string. This one is fishing line. Fishing line, you guys, and it looks like your air plant is floating. Doesn't even, you can't even tell sometimes that you have a string hanging onto this. I like this one. I guess it just depends on what what look you're going for, whether you want this, this kind of string, or do you want the fishing line? My second crafty idea is terrariums. Now they can come in all different sizes. This is a small one that just fits obviously in the palm of my hand, and it gets to the size of this large glass ball. Glass ball. Now this one I got at Five Below for $5. Of course it doesn't come with the stones in it. I bought these rocks from the dollar store, you guys. Just nestle your air plant right on top, and then add some moss for a little nature feel to it to complete the look. I have one done already here that I've been chilling with. It's just so simple. And look at that. I love these things. And now I just leave them on my counter, on my table, anywhere. And you could even leave it in the no, I don't want to say the bathroom, only if you get some light in the bathroom. But everywhere else, anywhere where there's a light source, this is great to kind of hang around. Crafty idea number 3, I want to say. Yeah, 3. Okay, and I'm very happy about this one, is mounting on wood, on boards or anything like that, okay? I got this at the Dollar General, actually, for 50 cents. I stained this board. You don't have to stain it. That's up to you. That's like a personal preference. But I like the stained wood look, the color of it. I got this sticker right here at Dollar Tree, of course. But they're just simple little plant, little cactus, little plant stickers. So I put one right here. So now what I have here is, they're like couplings to hold down like pipes or PVC pipes. Now you can get these out. I got mine at Home Depot. These are really simple. Correction, these are galvanized stainless steel pipe holders in a U shape. So that is what those are. And all I did was take a pen and mark where I wanted to place these holders. Now for that plain board, I'm not going to use that. So all I needed to do was just mark where I wanted to place that air plant. I used a rope to staple in the back of the board, but you can use twine. And also, don't forget to do this first before you put on your plants. Drill some screws onto the pipe holder so it can be secure. Time to get your glue gun. I put a healthy amount of this glue on the back of this air plant. Don't worry, the plant can take it. And then I just pushed down and held the plant down for at least 10 seconds or so until it dried a little bit. I was going to add a third plant holder to this board, but then I was like, nah, I don't want to do it. I'll worry about it later. Now for this plain board, I'm just adding the air plant because I'm going to add a few rocks and driftwood piece to it. Now for final touches, I'm just adding some moss just to continue adding that nature feel to it. Bonus, I'm going to add my air plant to a nice piece of slate rock that I got in my backyard. How cool is that? So all I did was glue my air plant right into the far corner of my slate. Then I started decorating. Now you can decorate to whatever vibe or feel that you're going for. I like my woods vibe, so I grabbed some logs and driftwood that I usually get from on my nature walks, and I started gluing them around. It's looking kind of cute. Then of course I added my little moss to get my little feel going on. I thought it was really cute. But then, you know what? After, like, toward the end, I started adding these white rocks. That's what kind of gave it that beachy feel. But that's what I see normally on my creek anyway. So, not a far stretch. I hope you like those different craft ideas. Out of all of them, I gotta say this one is my favorite. I really like this one. This one is the one I messed up. The most precious one in my collection. I had to squish and learn, life lesson again, is to not manhandle your air plants. Gentle, nice and soft, dainty, like a lady. And apparently I'm not. So that is my life lesson, to be dainty and soft and gentle with these air plants because they are temperamental. Well, they can be if you're a little rougher on the edges like myself. Which, lesson learned, I learned all that. But I still like it. What I did was I went to the craft store and I wound up getting a beaded string already. So I made it look as natural as possible. It's not the best, but I learned and not to manhandle my plants, which apparently I'm still learning how to do. Gardening is a lot different than indoor house plants, and I'm still working on me. So it is what it is. I had to learn, and I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna keep getting better, and that's just what it is. I also learned a lot about this one, which I love this one, and I can't wait to hang it. I may add something to it in the future. I don't really know. But what did I learn? Staple this first before you put your air plants. Like, duh, Jack. Why didn't I get that the first time? Why do I have to learn these things the hard way? So. These are some simple, I know they're very, very simple, but when you have some, I don't want to say some issues, but when you have problems slowing down and you tend to rush through everything, these mistakes seem to be, turn out to be big ones. So lesson learned, again, how plants are teaching me patience and how to be nice and gentle with things. See, gentle. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. I drop a video every week and it's on houseplants, but I also do a lot on gardening as well. Thanks for chilling with me, you guys. This was a learning experience for me as I'm more of a gardener myself, but I'm glad I learned a lot about this, and I learned a lot about patience in the process of handling these air plants, as we've all found out the hard way. At least I found out the hard way, but I really had an awesome time doing it. I feel very accomplished, and I feel really good about myself that I was able to put forth all this effort and start a project from the beginning to the end. And it's very hard to do that. So I'm very proud of myself, and you should be too if you're trying this out for the first time. If you're pros, if you have any tips and tricks for me, just drop them in the comments below. I am a very good learner. I have no problem asking for help when I don't know something. I'm willing to learn. So if you are a seasoned pro and you have any other craft ideas for air plants, let me know. I would love to read your ideas, and I'm sure I'm gonna get air plants in the future. So I gotta come up with other ideas, right? Or maybe, something's gotta spark something in the mind. So thanks for chilling with me, and I love to see all of you guys next week. I'm gonna be trying to get into the core of my passion, and that is gardening. And I know I can't do a lot of gardening outside right now because it's starting to get fall into winter. However, as I come to find out that we can garden a lot of stuff inside, and I'm gonna be starting with some indoor herbs. So stay tuned for all this awesome gardening that I'm gonna be doing, and maybe I can eat some of this stuff in the end throughout the winter. I'll see you guys next week. Peace and love. Bye.